inside the light. Enzo. This back. And this one has all of those big fight feels you want. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. These two fighters are made for one another. So much for boxing. This is a fight. That jab gets blocked. Their last fight against each other only went 4 rounds, with Max Granelli getting a surprise 4th round knockout. Can he do it again?
Now let's be fair, either man can pull this off. Timing is everything. Can Jones put on a better display than last time? We don't know, but he needs to rest the beast with him.
How about that time counter shot? Counter shot lands. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. In that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. Here we go. It's round 2. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. This is a high-octane battle. This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. The crowd is dressed to impress here tonight, and the fighters promise to do the same, as we cannot wait for this, our main event.
Todd, I love theatres. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches. The punches actually echo. You're that fighter coming in, and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere. You know the pressure is going to be on.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Max Granelli in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he... There's the bell for round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice Nice counterpunch right up the middle. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. You don't want to trade shots. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
He parries that left jab away. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about McIlhenny in that last round. Here's the bell for round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They drop their guard, they get caught. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about McIlhenny in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. No rest for the weary. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They're both trying for a knockout. Both men step back for just a moment. The straight right just misses. Macaronelli got caught. In that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. This is the beginning of round 6. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Well done with that counter shot. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
It's all offense all the time. Good defense with that left jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Macaronelli in that last round. And there's the bell for round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Counter punch. These two were made for each other. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
That Jab gets blocked. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about McRanelli in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Round 8, and we're off again. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
There's a counter shot. Misses with the jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's so hard to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. McRanelli. Well, that is a bit of a surprise. It ends in a draw.
What a fight, what a battle. I'm exhausted watching it myself. And you know what? I'm happy it's a draw because nobody deserved to lose and nobody deserved to win. These guys put it on the line.